Hey guys, it's Dr. Sam Robbins. Today I'm going to talk about something that will decrease your erections by 280%. In fact, certain other things can actually make this even worse. Now, I talked in previous videos about different things that can affect and cause erectile dysfunction. I've spoken about hormonal imbalances such as having low testosterone and high estrogen, and for example, high stress hormones such as cortisol, low dopamine levels. I've spoken about poor blood flow in the past and how that can cause erections problems. And I've mentioned different factors such as high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and inflammation. However, there's one topic I haven't spoken about, and I actually saw something important about this on a podcast on the Diary of a CEO with Steve Bartlett. Go ahead and watch this right now.
At the start of this conversation, you mentioned the sort of implications for your cardiovascular system. And one of the things you said was erectile dysfunction. And that was slightly alarming to me as a man who's trying to stay away from erectile dysfunction. What is the research that supports this idea that my oral microbiome can have an impact on my erectile functioning?
So men who have periodontal disease are 2.85 times more likely to suffer from erectile dysfunction.
2.8 times?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's 280%, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is this periodontal disease?
Gum disease.
Okay.
So it's kind of, I would say it's a bit of a spectrum. So the early stages of periodontal disease or gum disease is just gum inflammation. So that's that patient who is brushing their teeth, spits in the basin and sees blood. So that's the original, the early inflammation. If they don't get that checked out and sorted, that will just continue and continue and continue to what we call gum disease. And that's where, yes, you've got inflammation, but actually you have really high levels of bad bacteria now. And this bacteria is essentially eating away at the gums and also your bone. And it's now become irreversible.
I'm just going to have a swig of this.
For your erectile dysfunction.
Yeah. So two really important things that I wanted to mention. One of them is what Stephen did at the very end of the clip, which that actually does cause erectile dysfunction or is linked to it, and they didn't mention it in the video, but I'll speak about that in a minute. But the first topic is about basically what they talk about is gum disease and oral health. Now, most people take their teeth and their mouth for granted. They don't take good care of it, especially guys. And I've made a video about this in the past. What you really need to focus on is just basically improving your oral health, your mouth health, especially if you're a guy and you're concerned about getting erections, let alone just to get laid to begin with. Listen, bad bacteria in your mouth is coupled with inflammation, can also lower blood flow and thus can increase causes of erectile problems. And as you just saw in the video with Dr. Victoria Sampson, she said men who have periodontal or basically gum disease are 280% more likely to have erectile dysfunction, erectile problems. And add in, on top of that, problems such as suboptimal hormone levels, like I said, stress, additionally, and poor blood flow from just aging, and that 280% increases dramatically. That can thus cause even more erectile problems, much worse, especially as we're aging. And on a similar note, there's many times that I speak to, just out and about or guys at the gym, and honestly, they have bad breath. And I don't really say anything unless I know the guy. I'm like, hey, bro, something's up. But that is a signal that something is wrong. Now, it may not be gum disease yet, having bad breath, but, even bad breath tells you that there's bad bacteria in your mouth. And yes, it's it can be from poor eating different foods, but incorrect gut bacteria, and yes, just from bad oral hygiene, just not taking good care of your not cleaning your teeth and so forth. And basically, what does that lead? Problems. Now, you can focus on, if you want to just focus on your erections, right, that's cool. But if you also have bad breath, as I said earlier, you're never even gonna get laid. Okay, now before I give you some simple solutions, I wanted to mention something at the end of the clip that Stephen did.
I'm just gonna have a swig of this.
For your erectile dysfunction.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Okay.
Now you'll notice that Stephen took like a swig at the end, like a pretend swig of mouthwash to like quote unquote freshen his breath and kill off the bad bacteria. Just kind of joking around, which is what most people do, right? They take mouthwash to kill that bad bacteria and have better breath. However, did you know that mouthwash can actually cause erectile problems? Now, I made a video about this a few years ago, but here's basically what PubMed research has stated. Short-term clinical trials have shown that antibacterial mouthwash depletes oral nitrate-reducing bacteria and decreases systemic nitric oxide bioavailability. What does this mean? Well, basically, nitric oxide causes erections. This is basically how drugs such as Viagra and Cialis work, by basically increasing the nitric oxide and thus improving blood flow. Now, mouthwash apparently decreases nitric oxide, therefore can decrease blood flow. Additionally, the study revealed that 12% of men who are using mouthwash develop hypertension and basically high blood pressure. Additionally, those who use mouthwash twice daily have higher incidence of hypertension compared to people with less frequent users. So therefore, using mouthwash increases blood pressure, and the more you use it, the more potential hypertension you're going to have. Now, why is this important to you? You're talking about erections. High blood pressure is linked to erectile problems. In fact, Viagra was originally a blood pressure drug. The side benefit were erections. So they basically, the scientists at Pfizer basically took the active ingredient sildenafil, which was a blood pressure, in fact, it still is a blood pressure drug called Revatio. Now, what they found out when they did this, the side benefits were, hey, I'm getting erections. So what they did intelligently, or whatever, they renamed the product from Revatio to Viagra, same sildenafil, and then branded it for erectile dysfunction, all right? Which, therefore, they increased the price of the same drug tenfold, and they obviously made billions of dollars. The bottom line is that mouthwash may not be good for erections or your blood pressure. So with that said, let me give you some action plans so you can get laid more often and therefore have better erections and have healthy blood pressure. First of all, you should consider, all right, first, brush your teeth as often as you can. I know people say, do it, after, 2 meals, morning and night, but I actually brush my teeth after every meal, all right? And I use an electric toothbrush. It's just faster, it gets more of it cleaning, and I use less time. So that's another benefit. You need to floss your teeth after you brush, okay? Do it. I know most people just do it once a day. Nighttime is best, but try to do it after every meal, or at least every time you brush. I do it, again, after every meal. And then finally, I use a water pick. And I only started using this a few years ago, and it makes dramatic improvements in cleaning. Like, okay, so I brush my teeth, I do the floss, and then I use the water pick, and still some stuff comes out. And the water pick is really good at just getting rid of all the buildup of plaque on your teeth. And also, don't rush all this, okay? I know some people just do it in like 3 seconds, in 30 seconds or something. Spend at least, a couple minutes brushing your teeth. Don't forget your tongue, scrape your tongue and kill the bacteria there. Spend like 2 to 3 minutes every time. It's worth it. And if you want to improve your erections on top of all this, I put my favorite solutions below in the description area. Take a look, then take actions. And at the same time, don't forget to improve your oral hygiene. Listen, I promise you, if you ignore this simple task, right, your erections and your overall health is going to get worse, especially as you get older. And besides, who wants to go to the dentist and get a cavity? I hate going to the dentist, and I hate cavities. So do this, improve your oral hygiene, improve your erections, improve blood flow. And underneath this video, I give additional information if you want better erections, not just through oral hygiene, improving your hormones and blood flow. So as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If this made sense, like it, subscribe, and check the information below in this video. Have a great day.